Welcome to another episode of I Quit My Job, the podcast that dives into the personal journeys of individuals who decided to take that leap. Kevin's a seasoned veteran in the restaurant business. He's managed one of Toronto's oldest fish and chips shops. Let's jump into it. Kevin, thank you so much, man, for showing up. It's a pleasure to have you here. Any words, man, to
Always
start
nice
it out?
to have a chat about journeys and challenges and where we are.
So let's take it back, man. Take us back to that moment. What led up to you saying, "Hey, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna go out and try to start my own business."
I think generally, I like to grow, like to learn new things, like to be challenged. Not necessarily like inherent in the job that I was in, but like maybe there are limitations or boundaries about what it is that you're doing, your role, the tasks and like the knowledge you gain. As I say, like there's a cap when you're an employee or a manager, and I think I wanted to like do more, have more, and like as a business owner, it's like everything. You know what I mean?
Right,
Even if you delegate stuff
right,
to like a bookkeeper, an accountant,
right.
or but that it's like ultimately everything
Mhm.
is within your purview, like that's your job. Not like I need all of that, but like also like why not? Why not have that challenge?
Was it like you reached the peak and then you're like, "Okay, what else is there?"
An involvement,
Right,
right? Like
right.
like in all of the things, right?
Mm,
Like it's I eventually like had a partner, I guess we can get there and I like a business partner and we had like our roles so maybe you're not doing everything, but certainly you are aware of everything because
right,
it's your business
right,
and you
right,
need to know everything that's
right.
like part of that. And, for me, I guess, like, as I say, like, not that I'm, like, overly or, like, inherently, like, ambitious, but
Mm,
but as I say, like, learning more, doing more, is part of the excitement for me,
right.
right? So, I think generally, like, that's one thing that, like, maybe didn't push me over t to make the leap, but was definitely, like a part of it.
Right, right.
More specifically, like to the job that I was in, I think there was like a like a finite cap
Mhm.
that I had reached of like the tasks I was doing, like what I was doing, like
Right.
what my job description was. And as I say, like a little bit, like I mean, wanted more,
Mhm.
for as I say, like the challenge, the understanding, like the growth, but also like maybe the reward or the compensation.
Why did you stick to the restaurant business as opposed to saying, "I wanna go off to something else?"
This is like a common story, I think, in restaurants. Like a lot of people start, like say, like serving, bartending,
Right.
line cooking, like maybe out of high school. And like a lot of us, not that you get stuck, but it's certainly like there's a story that is common to like a lot of people where it's like you start, as I say, like it doesn't matter if it's like serving, like bartending, cooking, like in restaurants, like
Right.
like a lot of us, like it becomes like normal, the schedule, the lifestyle,
Right.
and you get used to it. Like even like the socializing,
So you like
like
that, so
how you are. I think so. I think like maybe there's like a blurry line where you like you don't know if you like it or if you're just used to it or that's normal. And then you think of something else. Like I've never had an office job, right? Like
right.
like when I was in university or like maybe in between like years of university or between high school and university, I did like landscaping or interior landscaping and
Right.
stuff like that. So it's like maybe you're not like really into restaurants, but it's like, oh, this is something I know that is comfortable. I can do different things
Right.
and it's
Right.
known. And it's like, well, I may not have those skills to do that other kind of job. So as I say, like I think there might be, and then 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years go by. It's
Right.
like do I
Yeah, yeah.
do I do this because I like it? Do I do it because I know it?
Mhm.
Do I and then maybe you like, I don't know, in like the darker moments, maybe it's like, do I like, am I stuck in this? Am I
Right.
doing this because I
Right.
can't do anything else? And hopefully not. Like I'm not speaking for other people and like, but
That's interesting. That's
but
very interesting.
but I like to say staying in restaurants because I don't know. I like it.
Mm.
I think it's kind of like everything. Everything's even though every day is somewhat the same, every day is different. You know what I mean? You're on the sidewalk, you're talking to a neighbor, right? Like we've done that like what, like 50 times, 100
Yeah,
times.
yeah. Mm.
And I like this because like I am like inherently very social. So in restaurants, I think it's not even by design. It's just like they're a place that people go to socialize.
So, but somewhere when we were talking earlier, you had mentioned something about stability with your family. How was that part of your decision making process? How did that affect it?
So I was at the restaurant you were talking about. I was at Penrose there for like
Right.
11 years. And towards the end of that 11 years, like I was married, started having children, my
Hmm.
family,
Hmm.
bought a house. And again, not that the job I was in like wasn't enough. Uh, it was like compensation
Right.
was sort of like in line with the industry and like was fine. Like the idea of opening like my own and having some degree of control over it, but also like more stability that I would again like you're in business, who knows what tomorrow brings,
Right.
but that like you're at least somehow in control of your own employment and
Right.
not dependent on like an employer. And again, like restaurants, very risky, hard to get like lending. Banks don't like giving restaurants money. Like this says like a lot.
So, was the support there for you when you made that decision? How was that support system?
I think I was like pretty well supported all around. I think I was like the least supportive of myself, right? Like
Right. Right.
not like the least confident, but like
Mhm.
I don't know, maybe like the most skeptical or like maybe like the least confident in my own like ability
Right.
to
Right.
do this. As I say, like my wife at the time, like on board, closest friend at the time, was definitely like a significant part of
Mhm.
me like making the final decision. Had like a number of a very like important and serious like contemplative conversations. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, again, like morning coffee, so sober.
Yeah.
1 a.m. he's finished a bottle of scotch, and I'm at the end of like a case of beer,
Right.
and it's like woo rah rah rah, and all this like all the times like the as I said, my inner circle like of friends were like, yeah man, it's like you've been doing this for like a long time. What do you do? Like also like I was in my like mid to late 30s
Right.
like at the time, so. I think like young enough to like not that you want to think this way, but
Right.
it's like young enough that really go poorly that like, your kids are young,
Yeah.
they got a house, like, you're still young enough, you can rebound from the
Right. Right. So that's actually a really cool way of looking at it.
where
That's actually a really cool way.
it's like, it gets harder because like,
Mm.
now, like, it was like, I finished my time at Penrose, Sea Witch is now, like, we turned, like, 11, like, this summer.
11?
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, this is a big year where it's like I've been at Sea Witch for as long as I was at Penrose. Been in 2014, so it's like 22 years between the two places.
Mm. Yeah, you're a seasoned buddy.
So, what I was gonna say though is like now it's like I'm approaching 50. I've been in it forever. It's like now if things went like really badly,
Mm.
belly up, then that stuff makes me nervous.
Right. Right. Of
Because
course.
I'm like,
Of course.
as I say, like I'm older.
Right.
Kids, maybe it's like less of like an issue. They're getting closer to university, so it's not
Mhm.
like so it's like a psychological kind of recover from catastrophic
Right. Right.
failure.
Failure.
Whereas as I was saying, like in your like late 30s,
You
like
can always
mid
rebound.
30s, where it's like that kind of risk, even though you're not like 25 or whatever, is like maybe like a little more like easy to take.
What was the hardest challenge in making that decision?
I think too, like first and simply, like leaving somewhere you've been for a while is tough.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like mostly like I was happy. Like that restaurant had been there for over 60 years. It
Right.
was like really embedded in the community, like like part of it, supported, like everybody. So it's like really comfortable. I think like more importantly, and seriously, the hardest part of leaving was like my boss, but like my mentor,
Oh, nice. Nice.
who I'd worked with for like 11 years. He was like an older brother. Stood next to each other for 10, 12 hours a day for like over a decade.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like
nice.
out of
Nice.
coffee at 7 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
closing a restaurant after dinner, but like a really great friend, and like I cared for him a lot.
Right.
And he was my mentor, you know what I mean? I learned not like everything, but I learned a lot about
Mm.
business,
Mhm.
and running a small business and a small restaurant of that scale,
Right.
lots of like valuable, information. And so like leaving that, it was like hard.
Right. I could imagine. Now you've established that the fact that, okay, you've left, you've made that step or that transformation. And now, we want to get into the first day Take us back to that moment when you're actually opening in your doors. What was that experience like opening that door to your own restaurant?
Like terror, ultimate freedom, like business, any business, like if you're purveying something like a service, like
Right.
I always say, like, it's like, is today the day you're going to unlock the door and not one person will walk in?
Right.
That could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen.
Yeah, at any time.
Like it doesn't even have to be like a snowstorm or like anything. Like
Right.
it could just like today's the day. Nobody, nothing.
Nothing.
What happens if nobody ever comes?
Right.
Right.
Right. Right.
Like terror because you need that.
Was it a rush of emotions once you opened up, or were you already just so veteran in the game that
The emotions were like prior to
Mm.
opening. It was like like you asked before, it was like the decision to leave, right? Like making that choice,
Mhm.
um, thoughtful, calculated, rational,
Mm.
but also like very like emotional. Through the building process, right? Like demo, construction, build out, like the highest of highs, the lowest of lows.
Right.
It's like anything, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's even like with home renos or something. It's like just bank on like over budget
Mhm.
and be on
Right.
schedule.
Always.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like so like through that, like there were like great days where it's like, oh man, everything's firing off. This guy showed up on time. That guy showed up on time. We're gonna open. It's like woo, like yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
There's like no cash flow because you're just like tens of thousands of dollars going out.
Right.
You're
Of course.
building,
Of
you're
course.
buying
Of
stuff.
course. Of
You're
course.
not even open, nothing coming in.
Right.
And then sometimes that hits you and it's like, oh man, like I just spent like $60,000
And nothing's happening.
and we're not even gonna be open for like another 3 months. Like
So how did you control those emotions, man? Like, how? Because I'm sure, like, opening your own business and especially a restaurant, and then if things start to go overboard in terms of cost of what you designed and everything else, like, how did you even cope with that
planning,
planning?
design,
Right.
stay focused, right? Like
Right.
you can get caught up in like the minutia or like the everyday stuff of you tell yourself like there is a plan. I've made a plan. I'm in control of this plan. It's not like artificial. It's not
Have a plan or
It's not-
plan to fail.
it's not illusory,
Right.
you know, and it's like, so feel the feels, but it's like, you know, that like trust in your plan and it's like literally written and you go through this line
Right.
and you're getting stuff done and you do it. And so that even though you're having like a meltdown, it's like, oh, I know that like this is getting done today, that's getting done tomorrow. And you know, like that's like a balance.
So in this planning, was there any unexpected things that happened during your first couple days or months of opening?
I don't know. I think the biggest one was that we were just like, good problem to have. We were like a lot busier
Mhm.
than I was accounting for or
Mm.
planning for, like right out of the gate.
Mm.
Like there are reasons for it, and maybe I like should have been more prepared. But like I was prepared to be like busy,
Mhm.
but it was like busy.
So
Yeah, the neighborhood was like really
Right there.
anticipating. Everybody's like this. You just like lined up and we were ready. Like inside, it was ready. Like all the fixtures, equipment, like had like an appropriate like number of staff.
Right.
Like we're pretty we had enough product in the building, but it was like so busy.
Mm.
Every day was like that for like months, and it's great.
Is there anything you would have done differently on those first opening days to make you more prepared, like you said?
I don't know, like everything like went fine. You get through it.
Mhm.
You know, certainly like, you know, if you're not ready for like a certain volume and it happens, like it exposes your cracks
Mm. Mm.
and you learn to address them like really quickly. So as long as you like bend but don't break, right? What
Right.
people say, it's fine. You know, people like the food was still really good. Maybe things were like a little like nutty for a while, a little harried, but you know, you get through it. As I say, you learn like in a hurry to fix what needs fixing
Right.
and to move things where they need moving and whatever. Like for myself, I'm not crazy about soft openings. I think if you're open, you should be open and you should be ready to be open.
What was some of the major turning points that defined you as a business owner? Like, what were some of the issues that may came up and you just realized, hey, I'm a business owner. I got to tackle this way, even with the experience that you have.
I think a good one is I always forget about this. Um, it feels like so long ago, and it didn't last long, but they were really important.
Right.
I think we were open for about a year and a half. You're familiar with the neighborhood.
Yes.
But so west of Arlington, kind of like east of Alice, it was like 3, 4 blocks from us. Another fish and chip shop opened
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. That's right.
about It was
At
about a
the
year.
corner,
It
that's
was
what I was speaking of.
it was about a year and a half after we opened.
Right.
And capitalism,
Uh,
like a free market economy, like it's like an amoral.
Amoral, I like that.
You know what I mean? It's like it's neither good nor bad. It's just like about profit and making money,
Yeah, yeah.
competition.
Put something up right
And
beside
like
the next
s
guy.
so, I don't know, like, so I not try not to get, like, too, like, personal about it. It's like,
Mm.
"Hey, wow, there's, like, not another fish and chip shop for, like, miles and miles and miles, and you wanna open up, like,
Right
what."
beside.
Okay. You have thoughts, you get, like, a little emotional about it. But, like, for me, like, to answer, like, your point and
Mhm.
keep it, like, focused on business, is that this is not like a personal, like, competition.
No, of course not.
And so I didn't make it personal, but what it did do, and the turning point for me was like, "Oh, like, we're busy. Somebody else sees that we're busy. Somebody else likes this neighborhood. They wanna compete for that business. I have to get better at what it is that I do." It's like, I need to be better at business.
Oh, nice.
And because this is like a competition
Right,
in business,
right.
and the business happens to be like fish and chips.
Mhm,
But that was like a big one because it was like it made us look at like everything to do with the business.
mhm.
But it's like being in direct competition, not that we took anything for granted
Right.
or just like blindly trust that everything's gonna be okay, but it's like now like we really need to be mindful
Mhm,
of everything. As I say, being thrown into that like, kinda like direct competition
mhm.
really gave us like the impetus to like revisit like everything and
Right,
make sure that it was tight.
right, right.
And
So
and that's like a massive turning point.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
and
yeah, that would be key to
that was
an
pretty
improvement.
early. That's like you're not just like competing with the world. You're competing with what you're doing in your neighborhood, and we pulled up our socks and like it was okay.
Like you said, business is not moral. So what would you say to somebody that's in that situation? Like how you use your method to say, "Hey, I gotta get better at my business," either marketing, choices of pricing, all those things came into play. What would you say to somebody that's out there?
All of it, like all that. Like you got to stay cool, right? Because it's not your choice. Like you're not choosing for that to happen. It's happening.
Either way.
You got to deal with it. You got
Right,
to accept it, right? You can't like ignore it and be like, "Oh, they're not there. I'm just going to go about my business and like
right,
hope that everything is going to be okay." I don't know. You don't need to like get confrontational and go into direct competition. Like shitty politicians ads where it's
right,
like
yeah,
you're not saying anything about yourself. Like, what is your response going to
right,
be?
right.
As I just said, like for me, it's like I'm going to be the best that I can be because I can't control that person being there. He's
Mhm,
chosen to be there.
mhm.
Focus.
Focus.
Focus. You gotta like
Mm,
focus on like stay focused on
right,
everything you do, right? Like
right.
in this case, like burgers, right? It's about food. You gotta make sure like everyone's pretty good,
Right,
right?
right,
Obviously it's called the service industry for a reason. You gotta make sure like your service is good. People are
right,
happy, you're friendly,
right.
welcoming. People have like a good experience.
So, like, even just all this time, you're in your business. What about the responsibilities of your families, and then you just trying to be the responsibility of a father, and all of that? How does that play as a turning point within your business?
Balance is tough. Like balancing life with like a family. It's like, well, again, I don't know a lot about like other industries, but certainly in the restaurant industry, it's like, well, you cook a lot of dinner. So if you're cooking dinner or you at home for dinner with your family, balance like in restaurants, it's tough, right? Like
I
a lot
could
of people
imagine.
can do it,
Right,
but like trust people more, but
right.
maybe trust in their system more in their training and hand things over so that they are like available more and have like more of a balance, but
Balance is tough. Is this something to accept?
when I opened Sea Witch, like that first year was like 90-hour, like more weeks, right? Like it's crazy. Like the first year at Sea Witch, yeah, it was like 8 in the morning till like 10 at night, like easy, like 3 years.
Wow, wow.
You
So you
know,
really got to have that support of that family.
you are the owner,
Hmm.
like of the business. You're responsible for everything. You
Exactly.
can delegate. Other people
Right,
can do these jobs
right,
and should,
right.
but again, like it's ultimately like still always on you.
What's one lesson you've learned in your entrepreneurial journey?
This might be, like, more tied to what, like, I do, and, like the lesson, like, every day the same. Every day, like, it's like you got something to prove. You take nothing for granted. You want to, hopefully, be the best, really, like, do the best that you can,
Mhm.
and just always approach it like that, and then that's how you build consistency.
Right.
Conversely, but also, like, for me, the same lesson is, like, every day always the same, but also every day you gotta be open. like no dinosaur shit. Like you can't be stubborn.
Right.
You have to be able, like old school guys would say, like, oh, you gotta like turn on a dime, right?
Right.
Or whatever. But you need to be able to change.
Right.
You don't want to be like without identity, or you can't flip flop, or you need focus, or like you need to be resolute, but be like in your vision, what you want, what you are. Like the world changes, people change, you change,
Yeah.
and so you need to be open to changing always. The crazy thing about Sea Witch is that it's like the joke is that it's like locked in 1950. I always wanted to feel like a 1950 like fish and chip
Way it is.
and like, but even the cuisine, right? It's like traditional,
Yeah.
like with not being like touched by any trends or whatever we would do poutine, but it's like we're fish and chips, and
Right.
it's the same fish and chips that was there like in 1950.
Right.
My lesson for me was like every day always the same, like in your approach, like kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, right?
Okay. Okay.
Right,
Yeah. Yeah.
focus,
Like,
but nail it. Like you
okay.
take the work really seriously, but always be open to change. And then like the craziest change that like I have like not that you could experience, but that I have experienced and that everybody experienced is like when COVID hit. But when a challenge, like when something like that happens, well, you're not fighting it. You're open to change because every day, in spite of doing what you do, you're always like open to learning, to
Mhm.
growing, to changing, right? You got to be dynamic. And so when like the craziest change that could happen happens, well, you're like open to it.
What's a good advice you would say to someone that's starting out again in this situation, facing these turning points? So your point is be open to change.
And you gotta be open. You can't be closed minded. That's how growth happens, is being open.
So what about like you're a hands-on owner? So you're actually doing some of the meals, you have that experience. What about restaurants, partnerships that start out as a partnership, but they don't really have the skill set, so everything has to be hired. Everybody has to hire a manager, hire this person, hires that. What are the chances of those happening in terms of like success rate? Like, how do you see that?
I I've known like a lot of people who own restaurants that are say are not cooks.
Mhm.
And some of those people have been excellent managers. Like they may not be, as I said, like experienced like cooks.
Mhm.
And so starting from the kitchen and sort of going out like in their business, but they're excellent managers,
Mm.
detail oriented,
Mhm.
and so are very good at a running a business and managing people who do the work.
Mhm.
And so even though they may not ever like really work like a bartending shift, work like a full like dinner service like on the floor or or in the kitchen,
Mm.
that they're still like very like excellent and successful like restaurant owners. Like I'm not the best manager. I'm kind of like a doer. I like doing everything. It took me like way too long to learn to delegate.
Yeah, it
Like
must
having a really good
yeah,
manager,
yeah.
I'm sure like in any industry, is like really good balancing
Mhm.
all the personalities, making sure
Mhm.
everything gets done, designing all the systems so that everything gets done. Like you need
You need
that.
that. You need
And
that.
so I don't know. I wish I could be better at that.
Okay.
And then so to answer your question, yeah, I think it's like you can own a restaurant, like having been a cook,
Being a
it
cook.
happens.
Right. It just might be a little bit different. And then I guess you got, like you said, you got to plan for it. I think this is a real cool conversation that we've kind of had so far. And,
Yeah.
but also just from you being on here and hearing your story of resilience, of course, resilience is is impacted in your story. The takeaways of you leaving one place after 11 years to say, hey, I'm going to start something new for myself to own. That right there is an inspiration. When one door closes, you can't be afraid to open the next door.
I think it's great to push yourself, like in any way.
Right,
But it's like you don't know what you can do until you push yourself
right.
past what you have done.
But you wanted to build stability and you also wanted something of your own.
But also as I said, like I'm almost 50. I mean, I had this for like a while. Sea Witch is I never want to say like established, but we've been around
Yeah, yeah,
for a bit.
yeah. Fish is good. I
Eh,
could tell you that. Food is good. So I really enjoyed this episode. Kev, I really want to
yeah,
thank you so much, man, for showing up. And any last words?
take the leap.
Take the leap. I like that. Thank you so much,
Cool,
buddy.
cool. Thanks. Always fun talking.